Good afternoon and welcome to Stanley Rugby League Club here in Leeds for this afternoon's Under-19s Academy fixture. It's the Leeds Rhinos against the Warrington Wolves. So Leeds can make it back-to-back 3 wins in a row should they beat the Wolves today after great wins against Bradford and St Helens, whereas Warrington, on the other hand, coming off the back of a win and a loss to Huddersfield, and currently lie 4th in the table. Leeds 3rd after St Helens were beating Castleford on Thursday night. But Leeds can reclaim that second spot should they win today against the Wolves. And I can introduce, for first half commentary, Mr. Ian Rowley.
Hello, how are you doing?
Very well, sir.
Good.
How are your views on this Warrington side and how well the team have been playing throughout the month of May?
Well, we know they've got some real threat. We've had a few lads playing for Yorkshire and Lancashire. They seem to be quite a strong team. You know, they've won quite a few games. They're 4th in the table, so should be a good challenge for the lads.
As Ryan says, they are 4th in the table at the moment, 2 points behind Leeds. So a win for them would do their season great. And then they are on currently for the best finish since 2016, Warrington, after getting 4th that season. As you said as well, Ryan, plenty of Academy Origin stars in this one. They've had six selected. From the guys who you've been playing with, what are you learning from them, and who could possibly be a threat to the Leeds side this afternoon?
Yeah, we got the likes of Riley Dean. He played for the Yorkshire team as a halfback, and he was threatening all over the pitch. Good kicking game, and a threat we need to manage. Then also the other lads on the Lancashire team, they had some big strong guys out on the edges, so we need to manage that and shut them down early.
The forward pack, a couple of the guys were highlighting earlier in the week in their interviews that the Wolves forward pack is a very dominant one and scoring 27 tries overall this season. Connor Wrench scoring the most of them with 6 at the moment. That's going to be a place where they're going to maybe try and expose the Rhinos.
Yeah, I think he's a good, strong ball-carrying second rower, so he'll be looking to hit some lines and try to get over the top, but we just need to manage him, hit him early and keep him quiet.
So without further ado, we'll go on to the team sheet, starting with the Rhinos under-19s this afternoon. So starting at fullback is Liam Whitton. On the left wing is Ben Markland and Joe Burton, making their returns to Rob Burrows' side. And there's Jack Broadbent and Ewan Stevens over on the right. Harvey Spence is back in the halves with Callum McClelland, who's had plenty of first-team experience this season. And then moving into the forwards is Harry Georgiou, Corey Johnson and Moise Mustafa. Georgiou making his first start of the season and his first start since the end of 2018 when Leeds played here and won against the London Broncos. And into the front row we've got Sam Walters, who made an outstanding return to the side, scoring 2 tries last week against Saints. And there's Owen Trout and Louis McConnell finished the 13. And the head coach is, of course, Rob Burrow. On to the Wolves. So Joseph Colove is at fullback. Liam Brinksman and Ellis Longstaff, as we've already mentioned, over on the left. Cole Oakley and Aaron Pimblett on the right. Riley Dean and David Gibbons are the halfbacks. Morgan Burgess and Jacob Chamberlain are the props, with Padraig Anglin Sheedy in at hooker. Tyler Brown, Connor Wrench, we've already mentioned, and Jack Wright make up the front row, with former Huddersfield Giants first-team head coach Paul Anderson the coach for them. And the interchanges for Leeds: Ollie Burton, Brad Martin, Jared O'Connor and Sam Morehouse. And for Warrington, Sam Thackeray, Jacob Gannon, Daniel Harper and Eraib Doro. So just looking over those teams, Ryan, 4 returning faces for the Rhinos in most notably Harvey Spence. What do you think about him coming in and partnering Callum McClelland from when you played with both of those throughout the season?
Yeah, been playing with both of them this season. They're both leaders. Cal's obviously played Super League, so he knows he's had that experience and can obviously add that into this game. And then you've got Harvey Spence, who's coming back after missing the St Helens game. And he again adds that experience. He's got a good kicking game, so hopefully we can utilise that and beat the Wolves.
What did you think about the how well the likes of Harry Anderson and Jack Mallinson, who did play against St Helens, how they've really fitted into the system and are performing this season?
Yeah, obviously both young halfbacks, so they'll probably find it hard to be telling the other older lads, what to do. But I think they've taken their opportunity and they've showed what they can do. So we've got a good competition between the positions, which is good to build a good team.
And as I've just mentioned, Harry Georgie is coming back in at prop, replacing the injured Tom Holroyd, who's out with an ankle injury. But the other noticeable forward in there is actually on the bench with Brad Martin, coming back from his hamstring injury. He's done a really good job to get back to full fitness as Brad.
Yeah, Brad he's been working hard in the rehab room, in the gym, trying to get back nice and early and get his fitness up to date. He's had a bit of sort of speed and strength and work ethic into that second row loose forward position.
And there's 4 of their Origin players in the side. So as you mentioned, Riley Dean, Ellis Longstaff, Connor Wrench. Jacob Gannon is a noticeable name, a former Rhinos scholarship player. Yeah. Do you think, from when I've been speaking to Jack Broadbent this week, he mentioned, it'd be good to come up against sort of players that you've played with growing up, but definitely there's going to be a bragging rights on offer here.
Yeah, I played with Jacob Gannon last year in the scholarship. He's a top player, good, got all the skills. But obviously, with that comes the competitiveness as mates. You want to win, you want to get that W over him, get that bragging right.
And so, just looking at Warrington from last season, they finished 7th in the league, winning only 9 games out of their 24, conceding 634 overall at the end of the season. Average their points difference out at minus 138, which you can see why they did end up 7th, but have really started kicking on this season. We've mentioned sort of Ellis Longstaff and Gannon, as we've just said. But there have been some really dominant figures in this side, especially Riley Dean at halfback. He's shown that for the Yorkshire games and the Origin games, just how much of a leader he is out on the park. Is that something that Leeds are going to have to shut down and make sure doesn't hinder them in this game?
Yeah, I think if we can manage their threats, such as Riley Dean, Ellis Longstaff, and Connor Wrench, then we should be able to get the win. But I think if we manage them, they'll be quiet and they won't be able to do what they're good at. They'll have to, they won't have the space to be thinking and have the time to sort of do what they want. We need to manage the game and do what we want.
So as I said, we're in round 11, halfway through the Academy League this season. And as I mentioned earlier on, Castleford did lose on Thursday night to St Helens, who were coming off the back of 2 successive defeats, one of those being against the Rhinos. So they're now up to 2nd, with Leeds really needing a win. The other fixtures today, apart from this one, is Wakefield against Newcastle, Wigan against Widnes, City of Hull against London, and on Sunday, Bradford against Huddersfield, which could be
a good match. Yeah.
It could be a great rivalry, with Huddersfield really being the dark horses in the competition this season.
I think when we played Huddersfield, we were a bit. We obviously knew they were going to be a big, strong team, but I think they sort of shocked us. Sort of rolled us down the pitch, and that really shocked us. Obviously, they're the dark horses, and I think they'll do well this season. They have quite a few good players, good forwards, and also big outside backs, big, strong, athletic lads.
So Leeds were the winners here in 2018, winning 26-10. They've got no Tom Holroyd, though, who'd scored 2 tries on that day, but we're only moments away from kick-off, with Leeds looking for their 9th win of the season, losing twice. That's losing both the 2 times that they've lost this season have been at Stanley.
Yeah.
With a couple of the guys talking about how important it really is that this side turns their home form around. It's been a real fortress away from home. It's going to be crucial that we do that here today.
Yeah, I think this is our home pitch. You know, we want teams to come here and be worried. We want them to be scared. And be thinking, oh God, you know, this Leeds team's going to come for us. So I think we need to turn it round and hopefully get the win today and show teams that Stanley's not an easy place to come.
So the referee for this one is Neil Horton. For those that are just later joining us, we'll run through the teams once more just before kick-off. So starting with the Rhinos, Liam Whitton is at fullback. There's been a big change on the left edge. Ben Markland and Joe Burton rotated into the side for Liam Tyndall and Tom Barton. Jack Broadbent and Ewan Stevens are on the right for Leeds. In the halves, Harvey Spence returns to play alongside Callum McClelland, and into the front, into the forwards, Harry Georgiou makes his first start of 2019. Corey Johnson and Moise Mustafa as well make up the back row, with Sam Walters, Owen Trout and Louis McConnell in the front row. And for Warrington, so Joe Colove is at fullback, Liam Brinksman and Ellis Longstaff on the left edge, Cole Oakley and Aaron Pimblett on the right edge. Riley Dean, who we've talked about already, and David Gibbons are at half-back, with Morgan Burgess and Jacob Chamberlain in at prop. Padraig, Anglin, Sheedy is at hooker. Tyler Brown, Connor Ench and Jack Wright make up the 13, with Paul Anderson the head coach. Replacements for both sides this afternoon: Ollie Burton, Brad Martin, Jared O'Connor and Sam Morehouse for Leeds. Sam Thackeray, Jacob Gannon, Dan Harper and Eraib Doro for Warrington. We say kick-off is moments away, with full match commentary from myself, Dan Hawkhead. We have Rian in the first, and Jack Mallinson will be with us for the second half. And stick around after the game as well for post-match reaction from head coach Rob Burrow, and hopefully some of the players off the pitch will get live reaction from them. Should we win or should we lose? So it is going to be Warrington to get us underway. Riley Dean looking to set up for the Wolves. We've had a bit of rain in the last sort of half an hour. Rian, how could that affect this game?
Yeah, obviously makes the ball slippy. So the handling skills need to be on. But it seems to have dried out a bit now, so that'll be good for the lads.
As Dean gets us underway, kicking the ball down to the left-hand side. It's left to bounce by Ben Markland and goes over the far touchline, and already an early mistake here for Leeds.
Yeah, they're them coach killers. We need to go out of the game. Can't be starting the game like that.
Ben Markland it's a basic rule, isn't it? You don't let the rugby ball bounce, and
No.
Corey Johnson just a bit of a pass and just letting that one over the dead ball line. So Warrington earlier than expected have got their hands on the ball, with Dean giving the ball
Good contact
off to Morgan Burgess, and it is a really good hit. Sam Walters, in there with Callum McClelland. There's a number of first teamers in for the Rhinos in this one. McClelland and Trout, the noticeable ones. So it's going to be angling out of dummy half. Gives the ball onto Chamberlain, who drops the ball inside. It's a good hit, though, there by Owen Trout. Played 3 times for the Rhinos first team this season. That's with Gibbons. On to Colove, who finds the touch at line over the far side. And, as you say, great defence there from Leeds.
Made an error, and now we've just, we've made up for it there. We get the ball back now, so that's good.
That's a sort of advantage where the slippy surface is going to play both as an angel and a demon.
Yeah, I agree with you there, Dan. We should be able, stuff like that. We managed to push them out and into touch.
So Ewan Stevens and Ben Markland will have to be aware in Leeds' attack, as Markland is the first into the attack for the Rhinos.
Get himself back into the game, that good carry.
Now it's with Johnson. Gives off to Walter. Scored 2 tries against St Helens. It's a really good hit from Tyler Brown. And Morgan Burgess in there for Warrington. Now it's with Broadbent looking to pull a big carry out. Talked this week about Leeds really needing to build and develop, despite winning very convincingly against Saints last week. Set himself big targets as well, playing for Featherstone on dual reg.
Yeah, obviously that experience from Beverston playing against men, playing against top teams, experienced players. So that's only gonna benefit his game and obviously benefit the team when he comes back down to us. He's adding that experience.
It's a good kick from McClelland. He's pushed Kolov over his dead ball line. He gets around the outside of Stevenson. He's on the break. It's man over though, and it's a good tackle in the air from McClelland and Whitton. But that's the sort of area where Warrington can't be breaking down the field. Gifting the meters like that's going to be costly here for the Rhinos.
Yeah, that's what 45 metres of just, what's that, 30 metres of just gained off one tackle. So can't be doing that this game. It's going to make it hard for ourselves.
Pimblett in for the second carry, and now it's with Burgess, making his way slowly towards the halfway line. As Rian's just said, 30 metres off a carry, and there's the wet ball playing up.
Yeah.
As it's Tyler Brown.
I think he just took
dropping
his eyes
that
off.
one.
Yeah, he just took his eyes off the ball there. Looked at the D.
He'd taken the ball into contact, hadn't he? There,
yeah.
He'd taken the ball into contact in his mind. Got to catch that ball first before though. Yeah. So Leeds getting a nice scrum just over the halfway line into the Warrington half.
Just need to settle it down now, get a good set and complete down there. Put the pressure on them.
So in Trout, making only his 4th appearance, I think, for the Rhinos this season. So after that first team action, just getting as well into the academy setup as Mustafa now for Leeds. Gets towards the 20. Johnson onto Spence. Spence out the back. It just misses McClelland.
I think we just need to calm down a bit.
Whitton picking up the pieces for Leeds. Now it's with McConnell. Played every game this season, Louis. Started all of them.
Yeah, consistent play up with Louis. You get the same every week.
You can't drop him, can you? No. You cannot drop him as McClelland comes to this left-hand side. Whitton, quick hands, out wide to Stevens. Stevens looking for to try get down this near side. Does throw the ball back in, but they said it's going to play. It's going to play devil's advocate. They just need the wet surface today.
I think they just need to tighten up, complete a set. Look at where we are. We're in good ball. If we can complete a set, kick the ball to them, and ask them to get out their half. Test them.
It's not a bad place to turn the ball over, though.
No, it's not. No.
Just on their 10-metre line.
Keep them down here now. Keep them in their half.
With Dean feeding the scrum. It comes out now to Brinksman. Scored a couple of tries for Warrington this season. The most for one of their backs as
nice tackle.
Angling. The hooker just shows and goes, but as you say, a really good hit there from Mustafa and Georgiou in there. It's a big carry then from Chamberlain, and as you can say, looking at both of their props, they'll definitely do some damage.
Yeah,
not saying that the Leeds ones are light, but
big guys
they look like they'll definitely do some damage, and that was one thing that showed against Huddersfield.
Right, yeah.
As kind of a weakness was, their ability to go forward, and maybe Warrington could expose that as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that.
As Markland looks to
fast ruck now.
Shake and go, but the ball at the back from Broadbent just going to ground. Markland picked up
fast rucks. We just need to keep the roll on. Nice
a big hit from Georgiou. That's
the sort of stuff we need there.
Well, and there was I saying that we had a light forward pack. Shrugged them off. There did Harry. Now it's with Walters. Getting those legs charging over the 30. It's a great carry there from Sam. Up towards the 30-metre line. Johnson goes over to the right-hand side, onto McConnell. McConnell shakes to go back on the inside. The ball comes out. And Brown can't keep hold of it. The referee is going to shake a knock on. So it is going to be Warrington ball inside of 10 minutes. And it's, as ever with these academy games, it is a pendulum at the start.
Yeah.
It is who's going to take their chance first.
Yeah, it's who's going to crack first. I think we back our fitness to get into these cycles with teams, so it's who cracks first.
Especially with the week off that not such you get with being part of the Yorkshire setup, but the guys that train whilst in that week when you guys do play for the Origin Series, as
another error there.
Oakley just loses that ball. The team, you can see that how hard the team are working to get back to the to improve their fitness.
Yeah.
And how the guys that are injured at the moment, like Brad today, is trying the hardest to get back in the side, because it's very competitive this season for places.
Yeah, it is. We've got a lot of strong players. Whether it's on the bench or who aren't playing, so it's one of them where if you're not playing well, then probably not going to play the next week. So that's good though, because I think it makes everyone play to their best.
As Broadbent looks to cut over down this left-hand side, you could just see the Warrington defence hanging off and waiting, and then just takes it into the line. Now it's with Georgiou. And Leeds do win the penalty.
Penalty there, yeah.
Now, do you go for 2?
I'd say carry on. Keep it on.
Keep the pressure.
Keep the pressure on, yeah.
Well, Johnson has got his hands on the ball, so as Rian calls, we'll be looking for the first points of the game here, Leeds. McClelland out the back to Broadbent, who's cut down in the tackle by Warrington. Stevens out of dummy half, looks to shake his way over. You can see him having a go, Ewan Stevens.
Yeah.
Good defence though by Warrington in the end, just to hold him up.
Yeah. I think we need to get it out a bit.
So McConnell onto Spencer, moving the ball right. Oh, it's a 50-50 pass there from Liam Whitton.
Close on that.
Closely caught by Joe Burton. Good hands
skill, yeah.
from the centre. Mustafa to
carry
bring the ball
from
back
Muzzy,
towards the sticks. Gets away from 1, gets away from 2. Keeps going Moise Mustafa. Is he going for the try? Of course he is.
Strength.
What a try from Moise Mustafa.
Pure strength.
What a way to open the scoring as well in this one.
Yeah.
Just
great carry there, motivation. Just
see the replay. Picks up the ball. Gets away from 2 tacklers who just aren't committed. You could see him looking for the line. Good attempted tackle from Dean. Just shrugs away from Brinksman. He just didn't want to have a go, did he?
Yeah.
Liam.
I think that's what we needed there, A few scrappy little errors. But good try there, should help the lads kick on now. Tidy up now.
It's a sort of performance you needed those. The way that Mustafa went forward there, it's the sort of thing that's going to definitely lift this team.
Yeah, definitely. Muzzy's, really strong, really fast. So he adds energy to the team when he does stuff like that.
Also got a first team contract. Played a bit as well with Dewsbury. Should just wait for Spence to kick this one. And we'll wait for the flags, and the flags stay down.
Wide.
It's not usually like Harvey Spence to miss goals. He's on coming into this game, he was currently on an 84% percentage rate. He's doing a good job.
Yeah.
And currently accounts for 26% of all points.
Right, that's
Great start, that one, isn't it?
It's a good start, yeah.
Blow your mind with that one.
Yeah.
Ewan Stevens also kicking goals at the moment. He's got 5 from 8. Got 1 last week. Jack Mallinson.
A few good kickers.
Jack Mallinson as well. We'll get to have a chat with him in the second half as Leeds look to diffuse this kick-off and do through Johnson. It's a good carry.
Carried out from Lurie.
Now from McConnell.
Start off the set.
As you say, a very consistent performer.
Yeah.
Definitely he always runs the ball in with pace and aggression, just like Mustafa does as well.
Yeah, he runs hard, tackles hard, but he's also got the skill to...
He's got the footwork, hasn't he?
Skill, footwork, yeah.
That's with Walters. Just a breakaway from Dean. It wraps him up well, though, to the Warrington players. And you definitely need to be watching out for the man in the 11 jersey for Leeds today. It's Broadbent, lost the breakaway on the short side and does. He's got 2 supporters with it, gives it inside to Whitton, and Whitton's away. No one is stopping Liam Whitton there. Great try from the fullback. And that was made purely from Jack Broadbent there, wasn't it?
Broadbent, good footwork.
Good footwork close to the line. We'll see it again. Just gets around. He's got 2 supporters.
Bam.
Stevens on his inside, Whitton on his inside. And the fullback takes his try tally up to 9 for the season. The leading try scorer here bags himself 1 under the posts. And Leeds up to 8-0 just after the 10-minute mark. And they're looking sharp, Leeds, at the moment.
Yeah, we are. It was a bit of a scrappy start, but I think we've tidied up them errors. Played a bit more simple and just onto our strengths.
Spence will look to convert from in front of the posts. And he does, he spots it well, doesn't he, Jack? A couple of times this season, he's just spotted over on the short side as the flags are raised for Spence. He's spotted that gap and has the confidence to just take the line on. And
yeah, I think one-on-one.
Speaking to, if we could speak to Ewan Steers, I think he'd speak very highly of what Jack can provide down the right-hand side.
Yeah, I mean, you got Jack, and we've got quite a few outside backs.
Joe Burton on the left-hand side.
Yeah,
like yourself for first year, that has really, made his way into the side and paved his way in very well.
Yeah, they've got that agility to beat players one-on-one.
Warrington kick deep again,
Deep.
and Johnson puts his foot
Quite
over
touch.
to catch it. So we'll go.
Kicking deep. Another drop out now.
The catching is, they are catching it deep, but we're interested to see whether his foot was down before.
Yeah,
the ball or
it's
after.
hard one of them,
They're a tough one to take though. They're really well measured kicks, aren't they, by Riley Dean. So Warrington look to get their first points of the game. Good carry from Burgess.
Driving him
back into the line, but Leeds again.
Good do that.
The strength and belief. Georgiou, Mustafa and McConnell in there for Leeds. Now it's a big carry from Chamberlain, but again, Owen Trapp muscles up, and I wouldn't want to be running at him in this game. As with Gibbon, short pass to Oakley, and it is well wrapped up.
Good work by Ben.
Right there, over on that left-hand side. Poor pass.
Get on it.
Gibbons
nice,
and McConnell gets his hands on the ball, maybe a hint of a knock-on.
That's effort there.
Referee's waving play on here. Georgiou into the line, and that could be where Warrington need to really develop in this one, because that's the third or fourth time where they've messed up.
Louis just seemed to want it.
On the third or fourth tackle, it's not even like they're getting to the end of the set. The completion's not there.
No, it's you can't win a game without completion.
Johnson just offloads the ball, and Witten tries to break away again down the middle, finds the ground instead. So McClelland, Grubber kicks it in behind, looking for the space. Broadbent and Stevens are chasing, and
pressure's on now.
Hooked away from Brinksman. So we go from a drop out of one end to a drop out of the other.
End to end.
Totally, as you can see, Paul Anderson just on the left of your screen.
Yeah, obviously he's got a lot of experience coaching Super League, so he'll add that to.
I think he'll be very impressed with how Warrington have started it. It looked positive in that sort of first set, but as we've said, completion is just, it's gone out the window, hasn't it, at the moment?
Yeah, I think they just need to tighten up better than complete, catch the ball first.
Georgiou looks to power up and go into the line, and Padraig Anglin, Sheedy is straight up there as the first tackler on the Leeds prop. McClellan looks to go on his inside, goes out to Spence. Burton looks for a bit of space on the edge, and Markland wants to go away and gets in for the try. Almost to my disbelief there that Leeds get a third. We've just seen McClellan, Spence, Burton with a nice bit of space. The defender's drawn in, times that pass to perfection. Markland, the winger's been drawn in originally. He's already got around the outside. He only has to beat the fullback, doesn't he?
Yeah, Burton just skips over there and puts Ben Markland into a bit of space. So it's good work.
Good work and a good try. And Leeds.
Pressure on now.
16 minutes, 14 points. As we've said, looking sharp.
Yeah.
They're looking sharp.
Looking good.
But what would you expect when you're coming off? When you're looking for your third consecutive win in a row over the last couple of fixtures since the loss here to City of Hull, which, from when I was speaking to you guys after that weekend in those post-match interviews, you weren't happy with that result, and you really wanted to turn this one around.
Yeah, quite a few errors there defensively in that City of Hull game, so we needed to turn that around. We worked on it quite a lot in training, non-defensive errors. But yeah.
Spence gets the conversion. Second out of 3. Taking him way beyond the 100 points mark, which he made prior to this one. Taking him on to 104. As Dean will look to, you'd reckon, wouldn't you, that they're going for the same play?
Yeah.
Looking for that
Seems to be
dead
working
ball
for them.
line. It's just come up short. Good take by McConnell.
Was he now ramping
Mustafa.
up?
Look at the pace and the aggression as he goes on the line. And Ellis Longstaff puts his body on the line in front of the prop.
With the strength, manages to stay up.
He doesn't want to go down, does he?
Yeah.
And now it's McConnell. Bounces off Burgess. And carries on charging forward, does a loose forward. Walters. Little step and a jink at the line.
Leg drive there.
From his time at Widnes, this is a derby for him, and it's bragging rights are definitely on the line for him.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll know a few of the Warrington boys.
And it was of high importance that Leeds get the win in this one, and they've made a great start. 16 points in 18 minutes. As Georgiou plays the ball to Johnson.
Was he again?
Mustafa is getting the carries in with this one.
Yeah.
As Leeds get just to that 30, a little bobble from Spencer. He kicks the ball high in the air.
Pressure.
Comes down as sharp as
Good
a needle,
tackle,
and it's a good take from Aaron Pimblett on that far side, and Joe Burton with the tackle.
Yeah, I think that's all we need to do. Complete the set, kick it down to them, and try and get them to come out of yardage, put the pressure on them. We're 16 points up.
He's missed the last couple as Joe Burton. Well, Edge will have something to prove to Rob Burrow, who you'll be able to hear from after the match, as Dorrow makes his way onto the field here for Warrington, wearing 17. Just look for touch, simple kick.
Yeah, obviously felt the pressure there, felt getting to
I think
our half.
when the game's as it is, Leeds have got the tempo. They're really building quite nicely, and the only thing to do that sometimes is to just hack the ball into touch.
Yeah, they'll
break the rhythm, break the momentum. Otherwise, Leeds can go on here. Leeds can produce points. We've seen it so many times this season.
Yeah, we've got that attacking
since
threat.
game one here against Wakefield. 52 points.
I think we know that our attack is not the problem. You know, we've got some quality strike out on the edges who can always finish tries. Look again, you know.
Broadbent being one of those. And now Walters.
Oh.
Looking to break away and does.
Easy as that. Oh, just drops it.
Yes, it is a drop there from Walters. So Warrington will get the scrum. .20 minutes in. And Leeds out to 16-0. Back to tries from Ben Markland, Jack Broadbent, and Muiz Mustafa with that great opening try. 2 kicks from Harvey Spence as well. As Cole Love's down in back play here for Warrington. You can just see him on the left of your screen. A quick break here for Leeds. And again, is this a sense of Warrington wanting to break Leeds' rhythm? I'm not saying that Cole Love's gone down to buy some time, but
yeah, you know, they kicked it into touch the play before.
Well, it'll have broken the rhythm, won't it, at the moment?
They'll be trying to stop our momentum, but you know, we're in good ball. Oh, it's their ball, isn't it?
It's their ball, yes. It is. Well, the rain has stopped here at Stanley, which is just what we wanted, isn't it, really?
Dry up a bit.
Doesn't mean anything about the surface, though. It will be wet out there. We've seen it a couple of times with that ball coming loose. Just a bit there with the Walters error as Brinksman, wearing number 2 with the headgear, in for Warrington. Dorrow hurdles the challenge of Johnson to make sure he carries on going. Good take in the end by Georgiou and Mustafa. Gibbons out wide onto Connor Wrench. He scored 6 tries this season.
Yeah, we've managed him.
As the second rower.
He's been fairly quiet today, so that's good.
Not plenty of the ball, though. It's a really mount attack here as Chamberlain gets into Leeds territory. Angling waits. Goes to the right with Dean. Puts the ball on the end of his foot, and it's going to be a foot race here for Stevens to get his hands on that ball with Longstaff
and
Brinksman chasing. And that's what the surface is going to do.
Yeah,
that's what the surface is going to do.
Sliding over there, didn't he?
I'm not saying he could have done any better,
No,
Stevens. That was...
Yeah, he got the ball.
Got the
Just,
ball.
unfortunately for him, just slid it over. He couldn't really do much about that.
So Warrington will get a bit more ball. It's the first sort of sustained pressure they've had for a while.
Simon run me back to Hopkinson. He's had a blazer in his there.
As they really look to get their first points of the game. Leeds keeping St Helens scoreless last week by half-time. Great
Yeah.
effort from the boys. What were your thoughts, sort of, off the field?
Well, I felt like, throughout the game, we pretty much, we were dominating. It was just sort of about a 15-minute blip, which they sort of came back. But during the game, we were dominating them.
As referee Horton just having a quick chat with Chamberlain and Captain D.
Have you got a big ball for Joe?
I think the last thing that they're wanting is frustration to set in, because once you get frustrated, you give away those silly penalties. The referee just looking to diffuse that as Dean plays a bit of football, make sure the ball comes under his control, and Doro,
He's had a bit of impact
carries
off the
ball
bench.
in. That's what you want in though, isn't it, when you're at this point?
Big lad.
Definitely the man that Paul Anderson will have wanted out on that field. Now it's with Wright. Carries the ball to within 20 metres of the Leeds line here. First sort of opportunity Warrington have had in this area is Wrench. It's a good tackle from Burton.
Good contact.
Good dump tackle. Corey Johnson in there as well. Gibbons. On to Chamberlain. Big carry. Throws it on the back and it's a mistimed pass that's picked up by Kolov.
I think their skills letting them down.
It's just that little, it's just execution, isn't it?
Yeah, them 1%.
Needs to be looking for Dean there. For me, there's Brown has the ball on the 20-metre line, and there you go. There's the opposite of the slidey surface.
Driving him back, yeah.
Bromwich messes that one up, and Longstaff looks to pass it on inside, and the referee's going to bring it back. So it should be Warrington ball for this one, and it is for the error from Broadbent. Let's know why Longstaff didn't fancy himself with that, picking that one up. It would have been, he didn't have anyone on him, and he could have played on instead of sort of throwing the ball back. Back into the field of play. It's George who's come off here for Leeds. So I'd expect that Sam Morehouse is out there.
Yeah, you'd think it looks like Jared to me. Just
Moved Louis into prop and Jared to loose forward. That's
it must have been. Yeah, it looks like Jared. Yeah, Jared's involved.
Jared
there,
O'Connor on the field for Leeds. Tackling Gibbons there. Now it's with Chamberlain. Powers up in the middle of the park. Johnson just bounces off him initially, but comes back in for second contact. As Anglin goes left onto Doro. Doro dummies. There's no room.
No gap.
For him to go through. O'Connor.
Put him down.
Trout in there for Leeds. Anglin. Dummies and goes up. Dummy half. Looks to pull his way over. Good defence. I think it's Owen Trout that's got his hands all over that ball. Good defence from the Leeds second rower to keep the Warrington hooker out from scoring. Chamberlain drops the ball inside. Dean onto Kolov. Kolov out to Longstaff. Longstaff looks to get away from Broadbent. As they then look to then find touch, but the Warrington centre's brought down 3 or 4 metres away. Goes out dummy half, but that's going to be the 5th tackle.
Good D there.
It's a good,
under pressure, and we managed to manage it. So sustained the pressure.
Interesting that they didn't look to go for the kick. Instead, they just
They obviously felt like there was some sort of gap to go
take
into.
all the opportunities and get, I guess, as Spence in for the first carry. Unexpected first receiver, I think, there, but makes metres no less. Joe Burton's the next. Leeds just shy of the 10-metre line, and now Warrington looking to bulk up in their defensive stuff. And the shots are going in today, aren't they? The shots are going in today. Taylor Brown with that one.
Two big men going at each other, yeah.
Warrington cough up possession and then get the penalty. They really will be going for the try, but
Yeah, pressure's on now.
top 4 side, what else do you expect? A couple of big hits is what we expect,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's Chamberlain with that first carry, bounces away from McConnell. Trout in next,
Slow him down.
over the top. That's going to be the key, isn't it, here?
Yeah.
There's
Oh,
Dean.
big gap.
There's a bit of a gap out wide, and somehow Brinksman gets his hands on the ball, gives it back into Longstaff, and McClelland with a try-saving tackle. What an effort from Callum McClelland.
That just shows the want and
The Leeds
the
half.
will. Quality effort.
Broadbent's getting a little bit of frustration there. Love to see a replay of that one.
Yeah.
As O'Connor taking it for the first carry. Can hardly believe they didn't score that, Warrington.
So
You can hardly
close.
believe it.
So
It looks like
close.
Brinksman could have gone in the corner,
Yeah.
then he gave it back in, and you're thinking,
Then you're
Longstaff's
thinking
got
easy,
this.
yeah, but
As Mustafa bounces off another, shoves
Oh.
Dean to the floor, bounces off Longstaff. Louise Mustafa is out there.
was he's riled
He's
up now.
searching for them today. And as Broadbent looks for the gap in behind, gets away from Brinksman, who's struggling to deal with the left edge here of Leeds. And Mustafa is searching for the hits today.
He's adding
He's
energy though.
taking no prisoners. And
Yeah.
we're going to see the replay again. Dean with the ball. You're thinking Longstaff's done
Thinks
unlucky
he's
there.
in there.
Stevens off his line. Brinksman could have gone for the corner.
Carl just comes
And
out of
there you
nowhere.
go. He even claims for it, doesn't he? There, Longstaff, that he's got that one.
It's desire though. Desire from Carl there.
It's pure desire, isn't it? Pure desire to get that ball down. There's a couple that are showing that today for Leeds. We'll rave some more about Moise. Mustafa wearing 10. It's Dean that's gone down because of the Mustafa challenge. And players like Owen Trout and Callum McClelland will be looking to impress today.
Yeah, they've had first team experience, so they'll be looking to put on a show here.
As Dean still receives treatment. So Leeds making a great start to this one. Moise Mustafa scoring in the opening try. Great opening try at that. Before Liam Whitton and Ben Markland also added their names onto the score sheet. Whitton scoring his his 9th try of the season.
Yeah, which just follows up on the inside, spotting all the players, and you know.
He's done that a couple of times this season. He's not such from breaks from Broadbent, but he's very good at supporting the man
Yeah.
and going at the line. But we also see from we've also seen from when he played with Yorkshire against at Blackpool
Yeah, he just shows.
just how sharp he is to cut through the line. Scoring twice.
Yeah, he's
That-
alert. He's always pushing through, working hard to support his teammates, and it pays off when he's scoring tries.
How much are you enjoying being part of the Yorkshire squad? You've talked to us before about sort of your progression through rugby and this being a great point in sort of your career as Dean goes off the field. How good is it to be part of that Yorkshire side with so many of these players?
Yeah, it's great experience, great acknowledgement to play for Yorkshire. You know,
Is Luke Robinson helping sort of, because a lot of the guys have been saying, you know, it's great to get coaching from other guys as well as sort of Rob and Johnny. What's Luke Robinson helping?
Yes.
Is he helping you in any way?
yeah, Luke Robinson sort of adds a bit of a different aspect, different angle. He sort of simplifies it and just talks about what rugby's about, running hard, tackling hard. So it's good to go back to that basics.
I think we've seen multiple times today.
Looks like
Strong carries and strong hits as Jacob Gannon is out there, the former LEEDS RHINOS scholarship player, and Mustafa's in there again, this time Doro on the end of that one. As they go left here, Leeds, McClelland onto Walters. He's he can get over close to the line and
He's got
his arms in the air. He thinks he's got this, Sam Walters. The referee's going to go talk to the touch judge. And we're getting held up.
Yeah,
he's unlucky there, isn't he, Sam?
Yeah.
He's unlucky there, Sam Walters. Warrington will get the turnover. So many times this season he's scored from that position, hasn't he?
Yeah, big guy, so...
Very hard to stop. We're going to see it again. Mustafa, who's currently down at the moment, with a bit of an injury. Just see it there, McClellan, short pass. So close to the line. Where do you tackle on
such a big guy?
such a big guy? I don't think he does get the ball down, actually.
It doesn't look like it, does it?
Plenty of bodies in there, isn't there, to make sure he's held up. As just on the bottom left of your screen, you can see Sam Morehouse making his first home appearance of the season. Great to see him back out there, wearing number 17 for Leeds.
Sam's a big, strong ball carrier. You know, since he's come back, he's just picking up every week, getting better and better as his fitness improves.
Well, he's provided plenty of great insight from the commentary booth. Let's see how well he can do out on the field in this one. Leeds in a great position of 16-0. So Warrington having to come out their 10 here. Doro straight at the line, and Morehouse in there with O'Connor, Walters and McConnell. Taking down the Warrington substitute. They look to go right, but then they come left. This time it's Brown in there, but it's just not good enough at the moment from a Warrington perspective. They do get the quick play though, as Anglin looks to make inroads and goes straight into the shoulder of Owen Trout. That's what you get when you try to muscle up with someone who's...
We won't be doing that again.
Played a couple of times for the first team this season. It's Gibbons. I think Gannon will have gone to halfback, would you expect here?
Yeah, possibly off 13. I'm not too sure where he's playing at Warrington, but I know when he was at Leeds he was playing 13 or halfback. So
Doro, despite being put on a plate there for the Leeds defenders, makes a couple of post-contact meters. It's going to be Gibbons who's... Oh, so it's Cole Love, sorry. Kicks the ball away, no chase. And easy enough in the end for Stevens, who just gets a little slip. Gets away from Ellis Longstaff and then
tops come off.
Loses the shirt. Thanks to substitute Samuel Thackeray, who's on for Warrington. Whitton with his carry.
Hands his front.
Hands front, which is always a key one to get a quick play. And Joe Burton looking to build off that. A bit of a shoulder there from Chamberlain, but Burton gets some plays. It's time to Spence. He's on to Morehouse. Morehouse looking to put a big first carry and turns his back, looking for the offload.
So hard to put down.
Turns back that way and the ball comes loose. And the referee does side on the way of Leeds. The ball being ripped out there by Warrington. Johnson kicks for touch. Easy enough as the flag is raised. So Leeds looking to get one more before half-time. Take the score up to 20 points. With Morehouse with the first carry here for the Rhinos. Good tackle though from Warrington. 4 in there for the away side. The visitors in this one only scored 10 points on the last appearance.
Oh, Louis in.
Stanley, and there's the 20. It's Louis McConnell picking up another try for his tally for the season. We're going to see that one again. It's O'Connor with the flat pass and it just spins away from Anglin. And again, just poor tackling.
Yeah.
Is really doing Warrington.
I think they switched off, expecting it to go out the back for the big shift, but it's good eyes up rugby there from Jared. Just tip it onto Louis, put him through the gap.
Didn't look to be a lot of followers, to be honest, though. You could have gone out the back, I guess, to McClellan, but on sort of second tackle, you should be reading, shouldn't you, that, you know, it's the likelihood that pushing it wide, unless we fancy trying something.
Yeah.
As most of these Leeds forwards are, they're hard to stop. They are hard to stop. You've just taken Harry Georgiou off, who's had a really good stint. You've put on Sam Morehouse. You've got Louis McConnell, who's going to probably do the 80 minutes. It's going to take a lot out of you.
Yeah, take one off and it's no difference. It's adding more strike on. We're not blipping or anything when we're making substitutions.
So we've got roughly under 5 minutes left in the half. Leads up to 22-0. Warrington still waiting for their opportunity if they get one.
Looks good, doesn't it? 22-0 up.
Especially off the back of the last sort of 2 or 3 games where I think Bradford did grab one before half-time, but we've practically nilled the opposition in the last 3 games.
Yeah.
It's got to be great for Rob Burrow. We'll have a chat with him at full time. See how he
Carry there from Jared.
It's a good carry from Jared, I agree. The substitute coming on into loose forward. Johnson goes short side to Walters, looks to shimmy himself away from Brown, but it's taken down by Longstaff. Johnson going short again. They do like this short side
play, yeah.
They really are looking to expose Brinksman and Longstaff. We know Broadbent definitely has the footwork to break down this short side. Why would you not use it? A flat ball from Spence looks to put Morehouse through a gap, and you think he was motoring away there.
Yeah.
Thinking of motored away there, the big prop. But no. Gets down and plays the ball, and McClellan with the high kick looking to put pressure on
Bit of a high shot
Thackeray,
there.
and yeah, the referee's going to blow up for that one. As you'd expect. It's high from Spence.
Just round his cheeks there.
You could definitely say that, yeah. Definitely could say that. I think it'll be a little too late at the moment for Warrington to get anything before the half-time whistle, but we'll see as Dorrow turns his back and Morehouse does need to wrap the ball. Isn't he there? More McConnell. Could offload at any point. Gannon. Taken down on the referee.
Good on here.
Just kicking the ball away. There's an issue with the ball. As you had a bit of a changeover.
Yeah.
Didn't like the
Wonder what happened there.
It's a strange one, hey?
Yeah.
Bit of a strange one.
Yeah.
Gibbons, short past to Wrench, who he says been very quiet
Yeah.
in this game.
I think we just managed him.
We're managing their game. I don't think it'll help that Dean's gone off for them. Because
Oh yeah.
you'd expect
Dean's
practicing
gone off,
all
isn't
week.
it? Yeah.
Practicing all week, set plays with him and Gibbons, and instead that's been thrown out for the injury. See if he can return to the field as the ball is kicked dead. So Leeds will get the scrum on the 20-metre line. You'd think we're coming into the latter stages of this half.
Yeah, maybe one more set, yeah.
You'd be happy with this, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Just complete this one. Take it out.
Be very happy with this one.
Alright.
So the surface hasn't helped. It's all the errors that Leeds have made. Pulling the scrum back. But the errors that Leeds have come up with, they've been forced either from the Wolves or forced from the surface.
Yeah.
A lot of the dropouts have been due to great kicks from Riley Dean. You have to put him in for that one.
I think we've sorted out the errors though. I mean, obviously it's dried up, but the skill's on now. It's first sort of 5-10 minutes we were dropping the ball, but the lads obviously started concentrating and realising they need to wrap up that ball.
And that's what Warrington haven't been able to do. They've been very sloppy with their possession when they've had it. And Leeds have definitely punished them as Walters puts a big hit, and that's a big one from Ellis Longstaff straight into the ribs.
You'll feel that.
Of Walters, he'll definitely feel that in the morning. As O'Connor looks to
Jared
find
just
a gap
behind that
around the
row.
back, gets the offload away to Witten. Witten with a bit of space in front of him, we know he can motor away. The full-back, he's already got one today. Maybe expecting to get another as McClellan looks to chip and chase, and it comes away from Co-Love. So I think the referee's going to say turnover here.
Not my
Scrum
place to
to
turn it
Leeds.
over. Oh,
Scrum to Leeds, knock on. You thought, wouldn't you, when he kicked the ball back in?
tapped it, didn't he?
So the knock on or it's offside.
Yeah, one or the other.
One of either. So Leeds closing the half out in a great position. Just over 20 metres from the Warrington line. Short side play, and Ewan Stevens has got the gap. and goes in the corner. And we've said how good that short side's been today, how well Jack Broadbent's used it, and yet again Leeds using it to their benefit. We just see it here, Johnson onto McClellan, McClellan to Broadbent, drawn the winger, and Stevens in the corner.
Just skill there, isn't it?
It is. It's knowing where your touchline is and knowing where to touch down.
Yeah. Yeah.
He made it look very easy. I mean, I'm saying that'd be difficult, but
Yeah.
he made it look very easy under the pressure of Thackeray and Longstaff. So it'll be Spence to make it 28-0. Should he convert? So it's definitely, you could say in this one, it's definitely been a game of the outside backs, Whitson, Markland and Stevens scoring tries for Leeds. There's only Joe Burton and Jack Broadbent who haven't, as Spence whips the ball back around and the flags stay down once more. And so that we're still playing on.
Can't imagine there'd be much left now.
I think we had a couple of breaks, didn't we, with the
injury
when
time,
the referee's
yeah.
been talking to, when he was talking to the Warrington players for the dropout, got a couple of injuries.
Yeah.
So Warrington kicking off again. And Whitten taking that ball. Is looking for McConnell, but
It was a 360.
take it into the line himself. Gets it just shy of the 20. McConnell really wanted that one, didn't he, as well? He really wanted to run that one in. He'll get this one, though. Straight into Jacob Gannon. And his Warrington teammate. Signed this season for Warrington from the Rhino Scholarship, Gannon. Be a couple of rivalries in there as Morehouse wants to get away from Dorrow, and
Met there.
it's a good tackle, isn't it, from the
Yeah.
Warrington sub? He's played well since he's come on.
Yeah,
as,
he's made a big impact.
Erib Dorrow. Now McClellan just with a bit of a settler, taking the ball into contact. Wouldn't surprise if they look for touch here, Leeds, or look for the try.
We've gone for
You
it,
be the
haven't we?
judge.
Straight to the fullback.
Now, so it looks as though with the injury to Riley Dean, what they've done is to put Brinksman to fullback.
Line speed from Jared there.
Great line speed.
Flew out.
They've brought Thackeray out, and that's the half-time whistle. So it's been a very convincing half from the Rhinos, 26 points to 0. Warrington, despite getting plenty of early possession, couldn't really turn that into points. And Leeds first on the board through Muiz Mustafa, before Liam Whitten took advantage of a break from Jack Broadbent on the short side to score. Louis McConnell, Ben Markland and Ewan Stevens also on the score sheet with 3 kicks from Harvey Spence. Sees the Rhinos going at half-time, 26 points to 0. So during this half-time break, it's part 2 of Conrad versus Dog, this time with table tennis.
Chair, what's up everyone? Welcome back to Connie versus Dog.
We're here down at Rox's Ballroom. We're going to be playing table tennis. Don't forget, Team Dog is up 1-0.
It's going to be a draw soon.
Here we are, and today's Team Dog. For the table tennis challenge, I chose my boy, the high-flying Ash Hanley. And I've got the Polish Punisher, Mikolaj Odelecki.
What's up everyone? Welcome to Team Connie. Just picked 2 machines for table tennis. The Magic Tuilolo here. And the machine go for a Big Nate Pedal.
Team Mata Usis. We've got to decide disadvantage us. Nah,
We'll go defensive mode first.
Excuses.
We'll go defense first.
yeah, 1-0. Have they got table tennis in Poland?
Yes.
2-0, big man.
Nick,
It's alright, we've got it.
fresh start, innit?
We've got it, yeah.
Hey,
We've got
fresh
it.
start.
He's nervous, the camera's on.
Getting confident in it. Oh, return of the man. Yes, side. 2-1. Oh, yeah, it's getting scruffy. That's good. Yeah, we gotta follow that. That's good.
No muck around here, mate.
That's it. Swerve down, Mick.
Here we go.
Get in that washing machine, Mick.
Oh,
Serve, and spinach.
someone was spinning it. No.
Yes, side. 3-0. Serve, Mick. 4-3, take the lead. Oh, big lead. Fatigue's got him. Oh, yeah. 6-3. Don't be talking, don't reach it.
No.
Just do the field there.
That's big man.
Yes, side, that serve's got him all ends up big. Oh, the tension. Cut it with an arm. Oh, no pace.
No patience, no. He can't break up and ends down.
Too much aggression.
That's a good shot.
It's because you didn't cut your nails. Oh, he gets off there. Easy. Game point. Up the pot skins. Yes, guys! Touchdown.
Come on.
I'll let you serve, mate. It's this wire all about bigger in the future. I got it. If you get his serve, mate, he's nothing. Return his serve, he's nothing, mate.
Here we go.
See, that's what I'm saying, mate. His serve, mate. Too easy, mate. Oh, I sent it wrong way. Oh!
5-2.
5-2. That three. That serve's killing me, Biggs. Six fouls. Get mate, walls in my way, Biggs. I'll let you in it, like. Keep in that, mate. Wait, I'll listen at Linda. Yes! What was I saying last?
Get away.
Yeah.
I want to be arrogant, eh? I want to be arrogant.
10-8. I've got it, mate. I've got
You got it. That way, dog. I'll go that way.
I told ya. Hey, I let you in, innit? Get your gum shield in. Oh, yes, aye. 1-0. Very bad them serves if you've got to do them like that, Biggs. Oh, top spin on that, mate. There's some top spin on that. 1-0. Oh, 2-1. She's finding his way in here. Oh, yes. 3-1.
You're going down to his level.
3-2.
Real.
Touched it then. Touched it. Oh, some spinach in there. It's 4-3. Oh, 5-3.
Oh, yes. So far.
Oh, I'm service again, isn't it? second to yourself, mate. Are you alright?
Yes! 6-5. 6-5.
Yes, I. Mate, just keep playing for his mistakes, mate. Oh! Right. Got the table, please. Get that from where?
Nice. That's the right there. Nice. Excellent. One more mistake on point play.
Yes, I. No composure. 9-7. 10-7. Game point. Game point, mate.
No, you're still. Nice. 10-8. 10-8.
Hey, just have a second.
Compose yourself.
Unlucky, mate. Unlucky, mate. Hey,
Leeds Rhinos. Under 19s have got a dominant 26-0 lead over Warrington Wolves under 19s. 4 tries, so 5 tries in the first half from the Rhinos. 3 goals from Harvey Spence. It's looking good for the Rhinos to get their 9th win of the season. So alongside me for the second half, we can introduce in the one, the old Jack Mallinson.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming, Jack. Swapping over with Brian, we'll get Jack's thoughts throughout the whole of the second half. So, Jack, in terms of the performance at the moment, what are your thoughts from watching touchline?
It's been a good defensive performance, not letting them score. So we've D'd up quite well, and then the points have come on back of that. So all good defence really in that first half.
If you look at this game compared with Bradford and St Helens, is this the same sort of tempo for you? It's from watching this one, is it the same sort of vibes that you're getting, that it could be a similar result?
Yeah, we knew it was a big game coming into the game, so we knew we needed to defend big, and then the points were coming back at that. So we tried to pride our game on good defence, really.
So Warrington, the first to receive the ball in this half. They've been unlucky losing Riley Dean, the halfback, to injury early on. An early contact there, McConnell and Morehouse for Leeds. Doro made a really good impact since coming off the bench for the Wire. He gets his carry, and Daniel Harper with his second in this set already. There's a hooker, Anglin just messes up that one. And Leeds back in possession so early on, and not something that you want in Warrington to be doing at this point. Paul Anderson will not be happy.
No, it's poor error from them. It's very silly from the hooker, really. So now Leeds need to capitalise on this good field position.
It's been a key area that they've messed up, hasn't it, really, Warrington in this one. They've not been great at passing the ball clinically, in clinical positions, and that's let them down so far. As Burton looks to get away from one or two and goes straight through the gap. He's got Ben Markland on his outside. Good tackle in the end from Pimblett to bring the centre down, who's come back into the game, come back for this game. Now it's McConnell. Good tackle from Doro and Anglin, who made the initial error as Leeds go searching for the first points of the half. Morehouse, big carry down the middle, looking to get in under the sticks. Now it's McClelland. They're playing with a real tempo here, the Rhinos. Owen Trout looking for the line. He's on his back, and the referee, though, points to the spot. And as simple as that, Leeds are in again. What an opening try. Let's just see it again. Johnson going to the left. McClelland, short pass. And not many people can stop Owen Trout from that distance, can they, Jack?
No, he's a big lad, so it's hard to tackle, so they need to get the bodies in front. But all come off the back of that error from Warrington, really.
He's one of two players we've mentioned already, Moise Mustafa, who've played first team, Carl McClelland as well. What are they bringing to the side from when you've played against with them against St Helens and Bradford?
Well, in training and stuff, they just up the tempo, so it's much tougher. And then when they come into the game, they just the talk and then the tempo in the game really and set us on a good stead.
We've seen Moise Mustafa throw his weight around already in this one. Has made a definite impact on this game. He's currently on the bench though. Harvey Spence looking to convert his fourth out of 6. Just comes round, boots a ball, hooks it back towards the sticks, and the flags again stay down. To 50% now in this one. Three kicks and 3 missed kicks. Not something you usually see from Harvey, is it?
No, usually it's quite good off the boot. Don't know, been quite difficult kicks out wide, so could be quite difficult with the weather as well.
Started to brighten up now, which is a lot nicer to when it was raining before. And we saw the damage that had on both sides, as Leeds up to 30 points now. Whitton taking the ball early on. Morehouse with a carry, gives it out wide to Stevens, gets around the outside of one, and this is great break here from Stevens. Looks to Brinkman for pace, but Brinkman just gets around him. Good tackle there from the makeshift fullback. Broadbent onto Trout. Trout levels up Harper in there to stop the second rower. What a move that was down that left edge. The confidence from the Rhinos here. Spence with a bit of footwork, spins away from Gannon. He goes into Chamberlain. He's brought down 5 or so metres out. Johnson looking left and looking right. He goes right. Flat pass to O'Connor, looking for his first Leeds try, and does get it. He gets his first Leeds try, does Jared O'Connor. And just like that, Leeds are doing the good work. Great effort here from O'Connor to get the ball down. You see it there. Johnson going to the right. Good try there from O'Connor. How has he settled into the system, eh?
Yeah, he settled in well, really. All the defence there were just looking in at Corey at the hooker, and then Jared just burrowed his way over. But it was a great start from the set by Sam Morehouse with the vision, seeing the winger coming in, so good ball as well.
There are plenty of options. Harvey Spence and Callum McClelland up both sides. Warrington will definitely be targeting. Spence easily enough gets his 4th kick of the afternoon. Seven tries already for Leeds. It's a great effort. From when the guys were saying this week that really they wanted to make Stanley a fortress again after defeat to Huddersfield and defeat to City of Hull. So it's Gibbons will be kicking us back underway. Can't really see a way back in for Warrington in this one, Jack.
No, we're quite far ahead now, and I just don't see us where we're going to break down, really. We're playing really good rugby.
I think the loss to Riley Dean will cost them at the moment, as Morehouse with a big carry doesn't go for the special move out on the right edge as the try scorer O'Connor, the heavily strapped knee, taken down by Doro and Anglin. Burton onto Spence, bit of space out on this near side. Burton doesn't expose it and comes back in field. Good tackle again by Warrington, who really doing it look to build their defence if they are going to stop Leeds scoring points. Ollie Burton out on the park. You see him there in 14. Great to see both Burton brothers out there. Corey Johnson sat on the bench for the moment. McClelland with a deep kick. Downfield, it finds space behind. Brinksman just lets that one bounce. And runs it back into contact. McConnell and Ollie Burton in there.
Yeah, it was a good set out from Leeds. Very simple, and then great kick at the end. So just what we needed after the try, just a very simple set and then finishing their half.
You make it sound very easy, Jack. You make it sound very easy. But Leeds they've really put a big shift today of Leeds. I'm saying this just shy of the 50-minute mark. Gannon onto Doro, big carry from the man in 17, and they do need someone to raise the spirits of the camp of the Wolves, who are looking to go down to a 4th loss of the season as Markland goes in at the line. Doro just misses him, but Gannon does get him in the end. They look to just have had too much pace in this game, Leeds. Wanted to never look to have sort of got up to the level and the tempo that Leeds have been running this game, the whole game at.
No, we just played very simple, really. Leeds just very hard carries and just play the ball fast, just better than them and less errors as well.
How good is it seeing fellow halfback Harvey Spence out there? He's coming for you this week. How have you thought about how he's come back in?
Yeah, he's played quite well. He's just stiffened it up and just kept it simple, really, especially with this weather as well. Apart from that pass.
Goes out to Markland, but there's a bit of afters here as well. I think this is, as we spoke about in the first half, this is where frustration's going to come loose for Warrington, because they're not going to enjoy the scoreline that they see at the moment. As Sam Walters with the little kick. There, you never see that one. You never see that one. As Spence goes into the line for the first carry, and he's gone in at hooker here as Walters is playing every position to try and get another try onto his name. He's on 6 so far this season. Ollie Burton onto O'Connor. He's got a bit of space in front of him. He's going to get a second here, O'Connor. It's well held up under the posts. So Leeds come back to the required 10. And Leeds could be in for another here. Burton goes left to McClellan. Quick passing. Owen Troughton, too much speed, too much pace. Add Jack Broadbent's name to the list of scorers for this one. Let's just see it again. It's so easy, as you've said, Jack. It's the simple things. Trout just keeps his head up, spots the racing Jack Broadbent, and it's easy enough. It seems too easy.
Yeah, it was a great line by Jack. There's nothing really on there. He just hit a great line, then went straight through.
He's done that a couple of times in the game, though, sort of not close to the try line. He's done it in back play in order to create, the Witten try and chances for Ewan Stevens and Callum McClelland.
Yeah, he's obviously seeing some gaps out there, and he's just hitting them the same line, and he's going through every time and making good meters.
We're definitely happy with his second game back since a shoulder injury. He returned against St Helens last week. Was happy with his performance in that one. Spence swings the boot round. After a bit of delegation, the flags stay down. Didn't quite see the ball go through there, but they didn't look too sure, did they, those touch judges then?
No.
They didn't look too sure. So we're at 40-0. Just over the 50-minute mark. And already you'd say the game's gone to bed. Leeds could easily put more points on here. They could have easily put more points.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time left though. They just need to keep applying this pressure and keep it simple and just keep finishing the sets.
Was it an idea coming into this one that you'd run as, the riots you have at the moment, or was it just breaking it down and, as you say, going back to basics?
We knew they were a good team, so we just knew we needed a 10 out of 10 performance really, and everyone's put in a good stint when they've come on as well.
Now it's Brad Martin back from a hamstring injury, coming off the bench as Ollie Burton finds a little gap to sprint on through. 14 gets us up to halfway as McClellan looks to go around the back of Harper, bounces off the tackle of Anglin. And in the end, Warrington are going to get a spell of possession here that really wasn't on at all. They're going to get the scrum. Sloppy there from McClelland. I assume he's saying he's just lost the ball in the tackle. You can't say one-on-one strip for that. You can't say a one-on-one strip for that.
I think that's the first error of the half. We just need to cut them out and make sure there's no errors. Like we were doing for the first 12 minutes or so this half, just keep it simple and finish in their half and make them run out from in their own 20.
It's a good tackle from Walters and Burton on the first play. Harper just caught in possession, put on a plate there for Gannon, or from Gannon. And really that's the one thing that they're lacking at the moment, Warrington. Just a bit of go forward, a bit of belief that they can get over the line. But Leeds are just crushing all hopes at the moment. Really clinical. And really dominant in the game, as Jack's already said.
Yeah, everything they're trying, we're just Leeds are just cutting it down and just reading it really, and then coping with what the shape they're throwing at us.
You could see it there when he just dropped the ball back on the inside. Harper was the only option, and Ollie Burton had already man-marked him. As the ball goes high, it's going to go in goal. Ewan Stevens collecting that one. Also has come into the fullback role, has he, Ewan?
Yeah, he has now. I think in defence as well, we're just working for each other, so if someone misses a tackle, there's the guy on his inside ready to clean it up. And that's why they've not scored any points, because we're all just working for each other.
Especially after the City of Hull game. That was one thing you guys said to me was, defensively we weren't good enough. And given the week off due to the academy, Origin game, and then Bradford and St Helens, it's clear that you guys have been working on that from this performance today, and having that team belief and working together.
Yeah, we've been focusing on it for the past few weeks really. We want to pride our game on defence, and if we defend well, we know we can score points. We've got quality players, so if we defend well, we know we're going to score some points and hopefully get the win.
There's Morehouse in with that one as Ollie Burton plays it to Spence. He's going to look to chip it over the top, and Markland's there, then in and thereabouts. Walters with a shoulder, which you expect being, with this one being his derby game. He's really up for this one earlier in the week. As he comes out of marker to tackle Oakley there. Brinksman wearing the headgear, and I think he might have needed it with that one. Big impact with Morehouse and Brad Martin and Liam Whitton. Sam Walters, sorry.
Leeds have just took all the gas out of Warrington. They're all just stood around bunching about, no shape about them, because Leeds, we're just defending them and keeping them in their own 10 at the minute.
There's a bit of a scare here for Sam Walters. Just down to the right of your screen, wearing 11.
Control on it.
It seems just like last year with the amount of points scored against for Warrington. That's just happened again this afternoon. They've been very open. A lot of gaps have been easily cropping up and allowed, Jack Broadbent to score, and Broadbent to also expose, then like Liam Whitton score, Ben Markland's try over the far side. We go through a lot of these. We go through a lot of these tries and go, you can see where the gaps are.
Yeah, we've just broke them down in defence, like we've been saying. We're just all defending for each other, and then they just zapped all their energy out of them, really.
That will help them in the last sort of 20 minutes. If anything, that's going to invite Leeds for the opportunity. But Warrington in possession at the moment, after that penalty for a head-eye tackle on Brinksman. So Oakley goes back to play the ball, gives it to Gibbons, who shifts the ball onto Burgess, who's back out on the park, wearing number 8, and Anglin gives it to Gibbons again. Really having to pull the strings is David Gibbons, who tries to get away from Spence, but Joe Burton's all over him as well. Oakley inside to Anglin. He's had to put in an extra shift with them being a half back down. Gannon marshalling the troops in back play, showing them the left-hand side. Instead they go right as Cole Love gives the ball to Broadbent, and that's a. If that had been Wigan at Emerald Headingley, he'd have scored that, wouldn't he?
Yeah, it was the same position as well.
Great technique, just bounced that ball high in the air. Just couldn't pouch it. Just could not pouch it.
No, it was good vision seeing the pass come in from Jack. He just needed to keep hold of it, really.
He's already got one. He could have had 2 there. Increase his try stats for this season. He's on 6 at the moment. Could have been up to 8. He's on 7 at the moment, I should say. He's scored 1 in this game, hasn't he? As Warrington again receiving treatment over on that far side. Looks like Brinksman that's exited the field. That's not helped their system, is it at all? A second ball playing player that's gone off injured.
No, they're just down to one halfback now, aren't they? So they need someone to fill in and makeshift playing the ball like Gano's doing there.
Gannon looks to be filling that role at the moment. It was Joe Love, the fullback, who's just chiming in when required. But Gannon, I think, will probably be asked to do a bigger shift as right is swarmed by Martin and Walters. Love with a questionable pass there to Burgess, who's just dumped on his back by Sam Morehouse, who looks to be the bigger man there. And another mislaid pass, which is, we've said, has been a feature in this game. They're not taking the opportunities. Warrington, can they now? Ellis Longstaff with a poor pass. And eventually they're in touch. Good work from Liam Whitton over on that far side.
Yeah, Warrington just lost at the minute. They just don't know where they're going or what they're doing, really. just Leeds are just bossing him about.
But Warrington have got the penalty for the late challenge, I guess. The late effort, sorry, to put him into touch. But yeah, I agree with all your points there. They've never looked comfortable in this game since the first minute, Warrington. When they had that great set, they've just not been able to string the passes together that's required, as Wright looks to get a bit of go forward now. 15 metres from the Leeds line here, Warrington. Anglin onto Burgess. Burgess onto Gannon. Gannon loves to mislay the pass again. It comes off the hand of McClelland. So this will get called back for the knock-on, but again, the ball finding touch, regardless of whether there's going to be a scrum or a penalty anyway. It's another mislaid pass. It's something that Paul Anderson will not be happy about.
No, Warrington just look like they're forcing the pass. They just need to just carry it in and just play the ball, really, rather than just try to force the pass.
The short side play to Thackeray, and good work from Liam Whitten on that far side to make sure that the substitute doesn't get on. Anglin out of dummy half, looks to ground the ball, but it's held up, and McClellan with another try-saving tackle. We couldn't believe that one they did in the first half. What were your thoughts, Jack?
No, it was a great tackle. Just covering for someone on his inside, wasn't he?
God, Martin just eventually coming up to meet Jack Wright. We're in 13 for Warrington. Gibbons looks to get out wide, and Ben Markland, an easy pick, and away he goes. No one in front of him. Second try for Ben Markland. Nice and easy. Easy as you like it. And it all came from the poor pass, didn't it, Jack? We're going to see it again on the replay. But again, another poor pass. Easily picked off. Nice height for him to just grab the ball and break away.
Yeah, as we were saying, they're just forcing the pass.
Here we
as
go.
we can see again.
There we go. Simple pass. Markland read the play, straight up, got the pace, got the desire. With 19 minutes left in the game, Longstaff's going to get nowhere near him. And a good try to take Leeds over the 40 points mark and closer to that magical 50. It's been great since he's come back into the side, Ben Markland. Had a period where he just could not get in the side. Liam Tyndall and Ewan Stevens, the two players there, but he's back and he means business now. Spence slots the ball between the sticks. That's a fifth conversion for him for this afternoon, and Leeds can't get complacent here, can they, Jack? Despite the scoreline, when against Saints, it was, you know, Ryan talked about it in the first half. There was that 15-minute period where, you know, you guys just took your foot off the gas. Can this not happen in this game, despite the scoreline?
No, you can never take your foot off the gas, especially against these good teams like Warrington, Wigan, and Saints. They'll just find the ways when you take your foot off the gas. So we just need to keep what we're doing, keep it simple, and keep finishing in their half.
And capitalise from their mistakes, I think, is the third thing you could put on that list. As an easy take for Broadbent, gives it into Harry Georgiou, back out on the park. He's had a good game, hasn't he, Harry? Despite him just coming onto the field, and especially in that first half, he made some really good drives at the line. Spence onto Walton. They're trying everything, and that's a poor pass from Joe Burton. In a game where we've been very clinical, that's a rare mistake.
Yeah, throughout the game we've just kept it simple, haven't we? And just carried and then played the ball quick and then completed our sets. Whereas there we just tried to go away from that, and I don't see the reason why. They obviously saw the space out there, but just didn't need to force the pass.
I think Rob Burrow upstairs won't be too happy seeing that one go to ground. Louise Mustafa also out in the park, just worth mentioning. They look to have just substituted Morehouse and McConnell. As Anglin goes to the right, Gannon onto Longstaff. Longstaff caught up by Trout, and Ollie Burton chiming in there as well. Harry Georgiou too. That team effort, make sure there's 2 or 3 tacklers in there for Leeds. Right, onto Gibbons, out the wide to Love. And Oakley tries to beat Spence, but in the end, Leeds can't complete the tackle until the centre's 2 metres out. Gibbons onto Burgess. Levels up straight up in the middle of the park. Good hit from Brad Martin to bring the number 8 down. Anglin, right to Gannon. Gannon dummies at the line and hits Mustafa instead. And they're going to carry on pounding that right hand side, and Love with the grubber. Ewan Stevens making that look a little bit more dramatic, I think, than what it was.
Yeah. In that set, Leeds let them stand up in a couple of tackles. They need to get them to floor and then slow it down and control the combat.
Jack Broadbent with that footwork again, looking to break Leeds away, keeping the Warrington defenders guessing. Now it's Trout getting up to the 30-metre line here for the Rhinos. Ollie Burton looks to find the pass. It does, but I don't think that was meant for Trout in the end. He gets a little break away and can't get the ball away to Witten. He was just on his outside shoulder. Ollie Burton looks to mess up that one, but the referee's playing on. Jared O'Connor wrapped up eventually by Connor Wrench, Burgess and Gibbons. Expect them to come to the right-hand side here, Leeds. Spence, little dink over the top, looking for Markland, who's there and thereabouts again. Love beats Walters, but can't beat Markland. Good defending from the winger.
Yeah, another good set by Leeds. Just kept it simple again. Gone back to what we were good at in the first half and start the second half. Just finishing their half and then see if they can get 90 metres on us.
Just wanting to look to break away. This time Burgess again. Another big carry from the forward. Just can't get that ball away. Slaps it to the ground as well as Longstaff tries to get around the outside of Broadbent, but it's not good enough. As Dorrow is back on the field for Harper, looking to make an impact. This one, Harry Giorgio, a little bit high, and will get penalised for that one in the end. And as you say, it's easy enough to take your foot off the gas at this point, and let Warrington have their moment as such. But Leeds really need another objective, something to really strive towards, preferably rather than the win.
Yeah,
that's in the bag already.
Yeah, we just need to finish this game off and keep it simple, like we've been saying, and just keep combating them to floor and get them on the back and slow the play the balls down.
Anglin waiting behind the play of the ball. Gives on to Gannon. Gannon onto Taylor Brown, who's been very quiet in this second half. Not seen a lot from him over on that far side. There's Longstaff. There's a bit of space in the middle and can go around him. And is this going to be the opening score for Warrington? Looking to get round Stevens, but it's a good tackle in the end. But the referee's just stopping the clock here because a little bit of infringement over on this far side. We saw the touch judge run on. So we'll see what happened here. So I'm expecting frustrations just setting in for the Wolves at the moment. You'd expect a penalty will come from this if, depending on the referee's decision. As I say, it's been a really great second half performance here for the Rhinos. We see Ben Markland score that full lengther. Owen Trout getting on the board. Jared O'Connor scoring his first Leeds try. It's been a great performance from Rob Burrows' men. Don't forget you can hear live reaction from Rob and hopefully some of the players from the field post-match. It's a penalty to Leeds there for the push, I think, from the Warrington player. So Leeds will get the play of the ball just shy of the halfway line. But you will be able to hear those interviews post-match, so do stick around to hear Rob's analysis of this game, and what he thinks of the side's current performance. As Brad Martin, big carry into the line, looking to mark his return into the Rhinos squad with a good performance coming off the bench. Georgiou shaped a pass to Mustafa and gets it away from him eventually. Will he search for any more challenges? Now Muiz, he gets away from Anglin, or just about. He's hanging on by his shirt. The ball comes out and it's a knock-on. Silly error.
Yeah, he just needed to keep hold of it and then play the ball fast, and then probably would have made a break or something, because they're all scattered, their defence.
He's played so well in this game, hasn't he, Muiz Mustafa? You have to highlight him as having one of the best games. Possibly behind that Newcastle game, if anything, when he scored those 2 tries. That hat-trick. He's had put a really good shift today.
Yeah, he's been very strong going forward and starting the set off well, so then the rest of the players are getting good meters.
And it was his try, of course, that kicked off the scoring in this one. Really proving that this side has a lot of spirit to make sure that they've moved back up into second place, despite St Helens being there at the moment. They should definitely put a lot of points between the two sides. Saints winning 12-46 against Castleford the other night. Castleford only 1 win this season. St Helens losing the last 2. Anglin, looping ball into the middle of the field, and it's Burgess who carries it up into the line, but there's no desire, is there? There's no go forward from a Warrington perspective. It's get to the end of your set and you kick.
Yeah, they're just trying to play around us, and then we're just mapping off and then just dealing with the threat out wide.
Stevens with the first tackle of this set as Markland on a hat-trick. Should he cross? Just can't get away from Oakley and Gibbons as Burton goes short side. It's going to break away. Last scored against City Hall Academy. Looked to have scored the winning try in that one as well until Leeds let that lead go. And now it's Ollie Burton, his twin brother. Just with a bit of a slip behind the play of the ball from Brad Martin. He's looked very, very good, very fresh. This one, Brad, has Broadbent in at dummy half with a kick. Is allowed to bounce as Kolov's taken out off the ball, and Doro then loses it, and the ball's then made its way back into Warrington's arms, and it's very messy in the end. But the referee's going to pull it back nonetheless. Maybe like Jack Broadbent to just keep hold of that one, eh?
Yeah, because we would have had a full set in their 10, wouldn't we? And then probably would have scored, because they didn't
look convinced, did they? Joe Kolov didn't look convinced that he was going to catch that ball. Then again, you've got Owen Trout running at you. I don't think I fancy myself with that one. So Warrington, in the last, with under 10 minutes left on the clock in this one. It's a mess by Wrench, and they're allowed to play on. Maybe a bit of sympathy there from the ref, but he's allowing play on here. Doro in at the line. Good tackle from Martin. Gets the ball away to Burgess. Burgess out wide. On to Taylor Brown, who's swarmed by blue and amber jerseys. Owen Trout and Broadbent in there again. Anglin just having to take that ball in. You could see Gannon just misread the play. Pushed it way too early, and Anglin forced to take the ball in himself, and a little touch there with a play there, and Doro picks up in the end, and the referee blows another penalty here for Warrington. A little bit sloppy once more. Doro and Mustafa with a bit of afters. So Warrington with the penalty. They just tap and go, because I think that's the thing they can do at the moment. I won't be looking for anything too funny. Doro and Mustafa in there for afters once again. He didn't like that, did he? He's been searching for today, hasn't he, boys? He's done a good job at rattling the Warrington defence.
Yeah, he shouldn't have flopped on that one before. He should have just got to mark and then played on. But I didn't see what wrong with that. It was a bit late, but it wasn't too high.
The referee having to sort this one out. See what his decision is. And it's just getting a little bit sloppy at the end of this one from a Leeds perspective. Warrington just having the last few opportunities. 5 or so minutes left. The referee's just going to have a chat with Mustafa. I don't think he'll go for a card. Just gets a precautionary warning. I think, as you say, Jack, I think from the flop before and then this, the referee's possibly on his last straw with him.
Yeah, Warrington are frustrated, so they're just trying to rough it up really for the last five or so minutes.
Gannon with the kick into touch, and you have to be careful here. There's Mustafa. As Longstaff gives it to Gannon. Doro in for another first drive, taking that ball in again. Nothing too funny this time between the Leeds prop and the Warrington substitute. Longstaff looks to get the ball out wide to Thackeray. Gets the ball in field, but eventually the ball just rolls out. And that's good enough. That's good enough for Leeds in this one. You'd expect with it shows 4 minutes on the clock. I said it'd be about five or so. What your perspective on sort of the game as a whole, Jack? How have you read this one?
It's been a very professional performance, really. Very very simple with the weather. Just kept it simple and just did the tough stuff early on, and yeah, played overall good team performance.
If I could ask you to name a man of the match, is there anyone who you'd want to give it to?
Probably the guy with the ball now. Muzzy's driven forward well, loads of tackle breaks, and just got the sets off starting well. So.
There's Morehouse back out on the field. We'll close this game out. A big carry from the prop forward. And the man only playing his third game in blue and amber this season, and McConnell just messed that one up, overran it. A little slip as well. The ball just came loose.
Yeah, Leeds just need to tighten it up really and just keep it simple. Finish this game off. It's been a great performance so far. They just need to keep it going.
So Warrington will get a scrum down just on the 40. So just running through those Leeds try scorers in this one. Liam Whitton, 2 for Ben Markland, Jack Broadbent, Ewan Stevens, Ruiz Mustafa, Owen Trout, Louis McConnell and Jared O'Connor. All getting 4 points today. 5 goals from Harvey Spence as well. This lead could have been a lot larger. Could have been a lot larger if he'd have slotted some of those from the touchline. As Longstaff just looks to take a settler there. It'll be the first time I think this season that Leeds have kept an opponent scoreless as Gannon looks to dragging his way through. Trout cleans it all out in the end. I think it's the first time in this one that Leeds are going to keep a team scoreless, Jack. How much of a positive is that?
Yeah, it's great. It's just we've been working on it in training and for the past few weeks, so it's just great to see it come off really and not let him score.
Broadbent could have looked to put Whitton in for his second there, but Leeds then get the recurring penalty. Jacob Gannon being the man in that one. As we say, the former Rhino scholarship player out of Siddle. That's Broadbent. Gives it to O'Connor. O'Connor onto Morehouse. Moving down his right hand side. There's a bit of gap, a bit of space in front of Spence. Can he ground the ball? No. He's just held up. Just held up close to the line, and Leeds could have been beyond the 50 there. Could have been beyond the 50. There's still time. But Warrington again just refusing to tackle when really they need to be. Close to that line. Ollie Burton, Mustafa. Can he get a second for him today? Short again. 3 or so metres out. Ollie Burton, Harvey Spence. Short pass to McConnell. He's already got one in this game as Louis. He gets to and grounds the ball. And how to round off a great win with a second Louis McConnell try. We'll see it again. Flat pass again from Spence. Doro up nice and high. There's 3 tacklers on him. Does a really good job, the Leeds loose forward. And grounds the ball. Easy as you like it.
It was just great desire there from Louis. It just shows what a player he is and just his effort. That second effort. There was loads of people around him. He should never have scored, but it's just the effort that he put in to try to get to the try line.
It's the 10th try of this game for the young Rhinos, who go away to Wigan next week. What sort of challenge is that going to be, Jack?
Yeah, it's another challenge we had. This is our second big game, and then Wigan's going to be the 3rd big game in a row. So we've got to be on top forms again. Same again as this week, hopefully.
And are you expecting them to come out all firing after the win up at Emerald Headingley?
Yeah, definitely. It's Leeds v Wigan. It's always starts firing, especially because we beat them as well. So they'll definitely want to get one over us as well.
Spence with the conversion there, taking it to 52 points to 0. And that game is a really big game because it will either draw these two sides level on points or could widen Wigan's lead. But the next time we will be here at Stanley will be the visit of Newcastle Thunder at the end of the month, the 29th of June, that one. Between then, say Wigan, then we've got the break for the final Academy Origin match, and then Wakefield away. A couple of nice games to end off the month of June. Warrington on the other hand, Wakefield next week, then Huddersfield, who've beaten them already this season, and a final game at St Helens at home. Should be a really tough one. Tough spell for them. As Trout looks to break just towards the halfway line. And you can see Leeds just slowing the game down now. Broadbent in at halfback, which is a strange one. As Joe Burton looks to release Markland on this near side, but no opportunities for him there. Then gives it inside to Mustafa. Mustafa throws away Doro, and you can see him trying to track him down in back play, and carries on going, gives it to Owen Trout. Trout levels up, gives it away to Whitton, and it's a great play and a brilliant finish from Liam Whitton in the corner. How to round off this win with a team try like that, Jack. Absolutely astonishing.
Yeah, it was great effort from everyone. I think everyone on the team pretty much touched the ball to score that, so it's a great team effort.
Just see it there. Mustafa to Trout. Trout holds that ball beautifully. Whitton knows he can finish as well as he can. Acrobatic in the corner. Great finish from the fullback turn winger, and the smiles are on the faces of the Rhinos now. A 3rd consecutive win for them. And it's just the sort of momentum that you need going into Wigan next week. This will be a touchline conversion here for Spence just to finish things off. So, as I've said before, do stick around. Afterwards, we'll be showing full highlights of the match as well as getting reaction from Rob Burrow and the players from the field. The flags go up for that one. He's got that one. And that's full time here at Stanley. The final score, Leeds Rhinos under 19s 58. Warrington Wolves under 19s 0. Tries from Liam Whitton, 2 of those, 2 from Ben Markland, Jack Broadbent, Ewan Stevens, Louise Mustafa, Owen Trout, Jared O'Connor, and 2 from Louis McConnell. With in there for Leeds, plus many goals, 6 of them from Harvey Spence, taking Leeds out to 58 points to 0. Thank you to Jack. Thank you to Rian as well in the first half. But so, as I say, do stick around, so we'll be getting full match reaction after this. So, live post-match reaction from myself, Dan Hawkhead, and head coach Rob Burrow. So, Rob, a great result today. What are your thoughts initially?
I think it was an absolutely amazing performance. Probably in my year and a half as a coach, it's probably the overall best performance. It's always great getting plenty of tries on the scoreboard, but the fact that we had a 0, I know it's a bit of a cliche, but we're setting our game on defence at the moment, and you know, a bit of a theory that if you get your D right, your attack takes care of itself, and I think this is one of them days where we got our D right, and you know, the scoreline suggested that.
Yet again, we saw it against St Helens. That day, as you've said, it's been so good today. Was that something that you guys wanted to work on during the week and during the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I would say as a coach of the last few years, we've no problem in attack, but at times we were quite soft on defence. So we're trying to get the mentality of enjoying defence as much as you enjoy with the ball. I mean, everybody wants the ball in their hand, but let's defend and let's want to defend and have each other's back. And you know, we spoke in the change rooms about having people's back when people do make errors, and the scene there where Callum McClellan all but a try and he stops it just showed the sort of character and the team spirit they've got, and it's a step up from Saints, which were really, really good, and we're on some consistency at the moment, but the big ones next week, Wigan away.
Returning guys, Brad Martin off the bench, Harry Georgie making a start. How good were the forward pack? Because that was something that the guys highlighted this week as one of their real threats. How did we neutralise that?
Well, we kind of had the mentality that we want to, make them feel sore in the morning, and that kind of gives our big guys a licence to go out there and, hit hard, and the halfbacks can play on the back of that. The sort of team's all about if your forwards are dominating the opposition, you're in for a good day. They're a really good side, and the scoreline may not suggest that, but let's not take care of it. We planned for a really big game today, and they were really, really good. I think that's down to us being actually on the money today. It's not an easy game. We made easy work of it because we invested early. A few more errors, that could have been a completely different hit, but chuffed to bits with the lads. And you know, when you try and put in a lot of work and you try and get them to buy into some stuff, and then they put in performance like that, it kind of makes it all worthwhile. And
we've got Wigan away next week. How confident are you of going over there and getting a result in similar fashion to we did up at Emerald Headingley last month?
Yeah, it was great. We didn't manage to get one over them last year, and great to get the win, in front of the crowd of Emerald Headingley. But it's another task altogether going over to over the Pennines, over to Wigan in their backyard. But do you know what? I think it'll take an effort similar to today. Saints, Warrington, and Wigan. It's kind of like a stepping stone of playing the big teams. So that performance suggests we'll be good. But having said that, we've got to work, and Wigan will challenge us in different ways. So confident if we play well next week, we can come away with a performance.
Smashing, thank you so much to Rob Burrow. So we'll call in second rower today, Owen Trout. Owen, a great performance from yourself. How good was it to come back into the side and play the way you did?
Yeah, it's always good playing with boys, like especially like young lads, always giving 100% and stuff like that, and it's even better coming back down and getting a good win.
For yourself, played a bit of first team as well. Do you feel like, as one of the senior players, you're really leading this side at the moment?
Yeah, both coaches always get on to me about being one of the leaders in group, so I try aspire to be a leader and coaching them young lads like all third years when I were first year did for me.
You set up a couple of tries out there as well. Talk us through that last Liam Whitted try, because you played a really good part in that one.
Oh yeah, obviously Muzzy did an outstanding job just rattling defenders like he always does, and Wits is just, that if there's ever an half break, Wits is going to be on either of your shoulders, so all I needed to do is throw it and I knew he'd be there for me.
How have you because playing sort of for the academy and playing also for the first team, how have you kind of combined both of them at the same time?
Well, I guess rugby's rugby, innit? So you always know what's happening. You always got to pass backwards, run forwards. So it's just about knowing your teammates. Obviously, training with first team's good. You get to know them boys. But obviously, from last year, I know that I knew a lot of players and stuff like that. So it's good.
And then we've got Wigan next week. Tell us about your thoughts going into that game.
Yeah, it's one of them. Wigan's always a team as well as one, and that we always highlight in the start of the season, saying that it's one to look for. We'll always start building, so it's like obviously now we'll start thinking towards it full week of training, make sure we get stuck in and give us the best possibility of winning like we did down at Edinburgh.
Smashing, thank you very much, Owen. And finally, just to round off, we'll call in two-time try scorer today, Ben Markland. Ben, another 2 tries for you. How was that for you, mate?
Yeah, it was good, obviously, just to get back in team. Missed out last week. To get back in team and score a couple of tries is great. Yeah.
The outside backs were really dominant today. Scored, 2, 3, 4 tries. Was that something that you guys targeted as areas that you needed to expose of Warrington today?
I mean, for us, obviously, once we knew we could defend well, we got them on back foot. Everything else in attack just comes after that. But the main thing was defence today, the 0, but main thing for us today.
And you've now extended your try tally out. How's the season going from a personal view?
Yeah, it's going great. Obviously, there's competition for places. We've got a lot of good wingers in the side, so hopefully, just obviously competition for places makes everyone play better. So just keep that going, really. Is
that something you're looking to secure going into Wigan next week? Because you and Joe were rotated back in for this game.
Yeah, whatever Rob picks, he'll obviously pick his best team. So I'll just be happy to do what I can when I can.
Thank you very much, Ben. So the Leeds Rhinos Academy go away next week, away to Wigan Warriors, but we will be back here at Stanningley on June the 29th for the visit of Newcastle Thunder. So, but if you can't wait to watch any more under-19s action, first team action or women's action, check out Facebook and YouTube and we will carry on live streaming for you. See you later.